went as far as the 5th grade, and yet, after a mean divorce, he could write these words down. And those people that know the words kind of like do them with me. Do them with me. These are sermons from the songbook of Hank Williams Sr. Sermons. I'm an artist, and my favorite is Hank Williams Sr. I love Hank. I just love Hank because he sang life. Hank wasn't just making hit records. He sang truth. He suffered through it before he wrote it down. Some poets write it down and try to live up to their poetry. Hank's poetry was the result of his life. And he died at the age of 29. Now, everybody that dies at 29 can't write like Hank Williams. So, I mean, I'm not crying over dying at 29. I have very little sympathy with death anyways, because it interrupts life. I'm more for the feeling and spirit of the living, and we must live. Let the dead bury the dead. Seek ye not the living amongst the dead. Let's feel the essence and spirit of life. And the other thing about death I hate, if I had to hate anything, I hate death because you lose your sex appeal. Unless you're a necrophiliac. You lose your sex appeal. You can't twitch and turn and move. You're stiff, and cold. Ladies and gentlemen, I see the reality. Right now, I want to share with you this beautiful collection of what Hank wanted to warn us all about. When he and Audrey separated, he still loved her. So he never denied his love, but they were personalities that had conflicts like lots of people do, and this is what he said about it. What's the use to deny we've been living a lie? We should have admitted before. We're just victims of a half-hearted love. So why should we try anymore? The vows that we make are only to break. They're gone to return no more. False love like ours fades with the flowers. So why should we try anymore? Our story's so old, again has been told. On the past, let's close the door. Smile on regret, live and forget. There's no use to try anymore. Thank you, Ruth. I love it when people can feel the music. Feel it, baby. Feel it. The vows that we make are only to break. We drift like a wave from the shore. False love like ours fades with the flowers. So why should we try anymore? And it got better. It got better. It got better. A house without love is not a home. You wrote this. The simple things have gone forever. We want it well to call our own. Now we've reached the hour of parting. A house without love is not a home. The love light in your eyes has faded, and I'm contented just to roam. We've slaved to gain a worthless treasure. A house without love is not a home. gone forever. We wanted so well to call our own. And now we've reached the hour. Unless two people occupy a home, make it a love home, it's just a cold house. A house without love. There's your key. Jesus said, love ye one another as I have loved you. He didn't say collect velvet and antiques. He said, love ye one another. Love that person. This is your temple. Hold that person and hug them. Woo. A house without love is not a home. The simple things are gone forever. We wanted well to call our own. And now we've reached the hour of parting. A house without love is not a home. This is one I know you'll love. This has so much beauty, and yet it has a flair of irony. There's a little humble touch of comedy in the tragedy. It's true. Listen to this one. Hank wrote this under the alias Luke the Drifter. That was his name when he recited certain pieces. And I'm going to do this for all of you, but I want you to remember of a heartbroken mother and babe. As the harbor lights shine and they shiver on an outcast who no one will save. And yet she was once a true woman. She was somebody's darling and pride. God help her if she weeps. There's no one to weep. It's just a picture of life's other side. Now he's going to get this for posterity because he's filming it. This that I'm about to do for you is a treat. May you never feel this way, because if you do feel this way, go for help. Right before his demise, he walked into the office of Mr. Fred Rose, for those of you with intellects that are tuned in, and said, ain't that the most god-awful sad song, Fred, that you've ever heard? I wrote that last night. Listen to this. This is what I call almost in hell. It's so sad. Listen to how the lyric goes. This is why I love Hank. You'll meet many just like me on life's busy street, with shoulders stooped and heads bowed low, and eyes that stare in defeat. For souls that live within the past, sorrow plays all parts, and a living death is all that's left for men with broken hearts. You've never walked in that man's shoes or saw things through his eyes, or stood and watched with helpless hands while the heart inside you dies. Life sometimes can be so cruel that a heart will pray for death. God, why must these living dead know pain with every breath? You never walked in that man's shoes or saw things through his eyes, or stood and watched with helpless hands while the heart inside you dies. Some were paupers and some were kings and some were masters of the arts. But in their shame, they're all the same. These men with broken hearts. Life sometimes can be so cruel that a heart will pray for death. God, why must these living dead know pain with every breath? Some lose faith in love and life when sorrow shoots her darts, and with hope all gone, they walk alone. These men with broken hearts. So right to be the judge, to criticize and condemn? Just think what, by the grace of God, it would be you instead of him. One careless step, one thoughtless deed, and then the misery starts. And to those who weep, death comes cheap. These men with broken hearts. I mean, this guy, Hank Williams Sr., I mean, he was a prophet. He wasn't just an Eddie Arnold singing the cattle call. This guy had it. The great part of the world. I'm telling you, this is Hank Sr. we're talking about now, who died at 29. Went as far as the 5th grade. And when it came to other emotions, jambalaya was his happy ones. One of his happy ones, hey, good looking, what you got cooking? Then all of a sudden, he's doing these beautiful gospel songs. And the poor man had a heroin habit that caused a bubble to hit his heart when he died at 29. The heroin that he was taking. Now, there's a lot of people who take heroin that don't sing like Hank. It's just like there's a lot of people that are blind that don't sing like Ray Charles. His habit had nothing to do with his talent. It only cut it short. Because an artist